Hey, it's Sandra. Welcome to another episode of Asexualise, my asexual life. This is the place to be for education about asexuality, all things asexual, and I share my asexual life journey in order to help you in your own. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the great big subscribe button below right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon to get notified of every time I go live right now. I post a new video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying the content, if you find it useful, helpful, insightful in any way, shape or form, or just want to give this channel some love. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. In a moment, I'm going to be discussing with you what's the difference between a demisexual and a sexual who wants an emotional connection in dating or relationships. So before we get into that, if you didn't know who I am Sandra Bellamy, author of this awesome Asexual Perspectives, 47 Asexual Stories, Love, Life and Sex, a celebration of asexual diversity book. So if you haven't got a copy of that yet, the link is down below in the description. I'm also the founder of asexualise.com, the founder of Asexualise Academy, and I published this awesome book last year called Fibromyalgia Self-Help Handbook, which is to help if you have fibromyalgia, to decrease your pain, have more energy and feel so much happier. And the techniques used in that book you can also apply to if you haven't got fibro, also to many areas of your life. So to get stuck into today's video then, it's all about, what's the difference between a demisexual and a sexual person who desires emotional connection and relationship. So first of all, if you didn't know what a demisexual is, a demisexual person is on what we call the asexuality spectrum. So asexuality is a spectrum ranging from those who experience no sexual attraction whatsoever, no romantic attraction whatsoever, such as the aromantic asexuals. They experience no romantic attraction, no sexual attraction, and they just not into doing any sexual acts whatsoever, going right through to kind of the more, I'm very generalizing here, the asexuality spectrum is huge. There are so many nuances, so many subcategories, it's absolutely astounding. So I'm just giving you kind of a generalized overview of the main categories most people who learn about asexuality will know about first, if you like. So the middle kind of area where you have the romantic asexuals. Hi, Lewis. Do you speak English? Because I'm English. Do you speak English? Nice to see you anyway. And so kind of the middle end of the spectrum, if you like, is a romantic asexuals. Those experience romantic attraction and sexual without sexual attraction. Are you a Portuguese, Brazilian? Oh, right, okay, yeah, I'm English. So going back to asexual, so you've got the aromantic asexuals, they don't experience romantic attraction or sexual attraction. Then you've got the romantic asexuals in between, which do experience romantic attraction, varying degrees of romantic attraction, but no sexual attraction. Then you've got the grey asexuals. They're on the more sexual end of the asexual spectrum. So the grey asexuals include demisexual. So a grey asexual, a textbook grey asexual, is someone who doesn't experience sexual attraction enough to want to act on it, or who does experience it but only in limited, rare or specific circumstances. So there's two different types of grey asexuals. Demisexual falls under the grey asexual spectrum of the more sexual end of the asexual spectrum. And a demisexual is someone who can only feel and experience sexual attraction once a deep emotional connection and bond has been formed. Thank you for the thumbs up. Lots of love to you. So this is the difference, right? So remember, demisexual can only... Oh, Marcelo, good evening. Hope you're well. Oh, lots of love to you. Lots of love to you. I'm having a lot of beautiful, beautiful, lovely foreign people in the chat tonight. Lots of love to you. Thank you so much. Yeah, my throat's getting better than it was. Thank you. So I still keep my streams to not too long at the moment. But yeah, so basically demisexual, like I said, is someone who can only experience sexual attraction when a deep emotional connection bond has been formed. That bond has to be maintained and sustained by both people, right? Whereas a sexual person, such as a heterosexual, a bisexual, a pansexual, homosexual, all these different types of sexuals, right? They don't need an emotional bond to feel sexual attraction, right? So they might desire an emotional bond in a relationship in order to have a good relationship, in order to get on with the person. There might be something they want and need in that relationship criteria sense, but they do not need it to experience sexual attraction towards someone. Okay, so a demisexual has to have a deep emotional bond and connection before they can actually experience sexual attraction. A sexual person automatically, by definition of a sexual person, by definition of being sexual in their sexual orientation, already experiences sexual attraction, regardless of whether that person has a deep emotional connection or bond to them or not. Just their preference is to be in a relationship with someone who does give them an emotional connection, because obviously the relationship's more likely to last then. Obviously, some sexuals, they have huge sexual desire and they desire the sex in and of itself, regardless of the person they're with. So they would just go into bed and sleep and have sex with anyone, basically. So you have to understand there's a huge difference with asexuals. It's a huge spectrum, asexuality is, and those on the more sexual end of the asexual spectrum, a demisexual cannot experience sexual attraction unless a deep emotional bond and connection has been formed. Whereas a sexual person, already the sexual attraction is there, and it's their preference, their wish and want in a relationship to have an emotional connection so they can have a deeper relationship, a deeper love and understanding, a deeper sense of communication with each other. Do you see the difference? One is they cannot experience sexual attraction whatsoever without deep emotional bond. The other one, they do experience sexual attraction all the time, just it's their preference in a relationship to have a deep emotional bond. It's what they want in terms of their relationship criteria. So that is the difference. And I wanted to clear that up because there's some people who are sexual and they were like, well, that's what I want in a relationship too. I want a deep emotional bond. Isn't that what most sexuals want? No, it's not what most sexual wants, because some people just want literally sex all the time, regardless of the person. But two is wanting to have a relationship which has a deep emotional bond is very different to being a demisexual who can't experience sexual attraction, at least unless they've got that deep bond with someone. But sexuals can always experience sexual attraction. That's what makes them heterosexual, homosexual, bisexual, pansexual. That's what makes them sexual. They experience sexual attraction. Asexuals don't. That's the difference. So that's why demisexual is demisexual. So if a person is sexual and they're like, oh, but I want a deep emotional bond in a relationship, but they're still sexual, they still experience sexual attraction, they're not demisexual. Do you see what I'm saying? There's a very clear, distinct definition, but most people, they just think, oh, well, it's just a sexual person, you know, calling themselves demisexual on the end of the spectrum, basically. But it's not, you know, a genuine demisexual, someone who's not pretending to be asexual, someone who doesn't not understand the meaning of it. A genuine demisexual cannot experience sexual attraction unless and until a deep emotional bond's been formed, and it usually needs to be maintained and sustained by the other person as well. Whereas someone who's sexually attracted, you know, someone who's sexual can be sexually attracted and they can still feel an emotional bond towards them, even if it's not reciprocated as well. Maintained or sustained, they could still be loving and having sexual attraction for that person for months, maybe even years later, when that relationship is over. That's the difference. And I hope that I've cleared that up for you, because I think it's something really, really important to understand the difference, for example, between heterosexual or any type of sexual and a demisexual person. If you've liked this video, if you found it useful, helpful, insightful at all whatsoever, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please hit the great big subscribe button right here, right now, and the bell icon so you do get notified of every time I go live like now, I'll post a new video. This is a place to be for education about asexuality, all things asexual, and I'm Sandra, and I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. And until next time, embrace your quirky and each other's. Thanks for tuning in today. Thanks to Lewis and Marcelo, who's been in chat. Lots of love from the bottom of my heart. Take care. Have an awesome day. Bye.